application could possibly be denied. It could be rejected, and you may not know why. And if you don't know how to pick up the phone and call them and ask them, you may lose out. Be discouraged and not try again. Tier 3 business credit is when a financial institution extends to you a higher dollar amount than normal.
You mean personal?
Where you can take this credit line and you can use this credit line anywhere. Chase, Citi, American Express, these companies, these banks that you know very well, they do lend out, they do extend credit to small businesses. Do not try to go to tier 3 without mastering tier 1 and 2. So in a prior video, I talked about building out your business specifically for business credit. That information in that video is critical for tier 3. If you have gone down the path of building tier 1, tier 2, you're ready for tier 3, you may want to go back to that video, check it out, make sure that every single box you've checked off before you start tier 3. And the reason is financial institutions, Chase, American Express, Citibank, they look for very specific information, very, very specific. And I cover those in that video. If one thing is missing, your application could possibly be denied. It could be rejected, and you may not know why. And if you don't know how to pick up the phone and call them and ask them, you may lose out. Be discouraged and not try again. So this is the thing. Tier 1 business credit, yes, you can start tier 1 with your cell phone using your home address. You know, it's very lenient when you're just getting started out. Tier 2, kind of the same thing, because these are again store credit, but it's being financed with a financial institution, but it's for a very specific store. And the credit, you know, it may be $3,500, $5,000. Hopefully, you're not that much of a risk. But now that you're going to move into your higher dollar amounts, your 10,000s, your 15, 20, $30,000 credit cards that can be used anywhere, these banks want to minimize the risk of fraud, of loss. No. So they're going to make sure that you are a legitimate business in business to actually produce a product and or a service in return for a profit.
They have to set up criteria. I mean, you don't blame them, right? This is their money. They have to have some kind of boundaries.
But before I went to tier 3, I made sure that I had everything together. I had my business phone, my business fax, my business office address. I have my domain. I have my business email. Everything is in the business name. I'm registered with the state, so everything is in order. Everything is aligned. It's critical that you pause when it comes to starting out your tier 3. You want to make sure everything is in order. You want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of your business and who you are, what products and services you provide, and the direction that you see yourself going in the next, let's just say, 12 to 24 months. The company may ask. Later, I found out that sometimes when you fill out the online applications, that some of the information doesn't push over into their system. So they may call you just to verify. So if you see that you have an outstanding application, if you know that you have an outstanding application, in which I would write it on my whiteboard so that you are going to be looking out for a phone call from them, an email, and that's if you don't get an automatic approval. You want to be looking out for these notices. In the event that you are denied, you can kind of check to see why you were denied, and then you can fix that issue and then just simply reapply in a couple of months. Not a big deal. Build in order. take your time. I usually will research the vendors that I'm going to look to apply for. I look over their qualifications. What is it that they needed? I double check my credit again. I make sure everything is in line. I make sure that my business phone number is working. My business fax number is working. My virtual address is still there. Like every single thing before I apply. If you do all this before you apply, you follow all the steps in order 1, 2, and then 3, you will 9 times out of 10 get an instant approval. In all of these credit card applications, I received instant approval.